fucking here. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, we're here. Oh,
wow.
jeez.
You look delightful.
Thanks.
You can really
I
tell.
love you, bitch.
Hello.
Did you?
I ain't gonna never stop loving you.
Happy anniversary, 22 months. We're fucking old. We're old as shit. How happy? Should I lower? I feel like I need to
sit up just or something. I feel like I need a raise.
But I can also lower the candle.
You do that, and I'm gonna go grab like a pill or something.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. No, but you might not need it because then I can sit down. Artfully Beside? That's so crazy. That's so crazy. Oh my god. Hi, everybody. How are we doing? Don't mind me. Just gotta do a little fix 'em up here. Thank you so much for the lurk. Also, DJ. Thank you very much. Okay, music's so loud. So loud. Turn down the music. Gotta turn it down. Hi. I should probably also do this. I wasn't going to have my big ass box in there because I thought, maybe it looks bad, but that'll probably help things look a little nicer, you know? Oh, hi, Minute.
Oh, hello.
Why is my mic doing that? That's interesting. It's only up on one side.
I've never seen the backside of all.
Why is that? Okay, here we go. It's back. Okay, I can lower now.
All right.
Yes.
Okay,
good.
Now I feel like
This
we're.
is
nice and
so
cozy.
Our knees are touching.
This is the first time we've gotten to like sit and stream together. We've been saying we would do it for a month and have not done it.
Do you want to?
Yeah.
Here, headphone for you, headphone for me. We're gonna
is
do.
the wrong side.
No, that's the right side.
Okay.
You gotta.
You
This is
can't
the
put
shape.
that in my ear.
This is the shape of the headphone.
It's
This is the
confusing.
same ones that we use at the Rooster when we're doing anything. And they are very, very confusing to everyone except for me because when I first got these headphones, I was like,
I get
how the
it.
fuck do
You're
they
a
work?
hipster. You're a trendsetter.
I'm not saying that. I've seen the worst headphones. Listen. You do have emotes for your chat. You made a really funny noise when I put this in your ear last time.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna do that while the microphone
idea.
is live.
Good idea. The worst headphones ever, but they're so nice.
They
I
go
love
so
them.
in your ear.
They do go in your ear. I'm gonna be honest. I don't. How was your PAX?
Wow.
I'm gonna pick up.
It was great.
I'm gonna do Omni.
How do we sound? Do we sound
Good.
okay?
Sound good?
Sound good?
Sound nice?
Nice and crispy?
Brains are connected now. Be careful. Can you imagine?
I feel like our brains are pretty connected on the surface level most of the time.
And then you put headphones between them, and it's like.
Wow, why do you think about chicken so often? It's an excuse.
They do scare me.
It's an excuse to. Do you have your guy?
No, I don't have him directly with me. He's
Oh.
in my backpack, I think.
Okay.
My guy's in my backpack. I do have a different guy, however.
Yes, please. Found his quest.
Hold on.
You know what's so wonderful
face.
is that he kind of looks like you.
He does?
With the shaved head.
Oh.
The way that it just focused. But like in a friendly way. Like in a-
Flash affectionate.
Yes, like such a thing.
I have my
Delivering a
little
guy.
This is my little guy. You're delivering a guy?
We're
He's in
getting
my
a
jacket.
guy.
Oh my god, Sarah's gonna bring Jeffrey!
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 No! Remove him!
You can't see
Go
him.
get
You can't see him yet.
Go get
You're
Jeffrey.
There he is.
Wow. You know,
Iggy.
that does do something for the background.
It does something.
Let's tell the story of Iggy, and then we can talk about PAX.
Do you want to tell a story of Iggy?
Yeah.
Because Iggy was kind of your...
That's true. I think I sent a tweet or something,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, what if I had an alien in my home?
Mm-hmm.
And
Really? That's what started it? I didn't realize this. No, I'm learning things. Go on.
I would have to go back and find the tweet, but
Yeah.
I think I tweeted something about, like, I saw a picture on Amazon or on Tumblr
Mhm.
of, like, an alien man, and I was like, oh my gosh, he's so... Oh, okay. I remember the story now. So I've been all over Craigslist trying to find free furniture for us and like interesting accoutrement for our apartment.
Yes, of course.
And we have a bunch of cool stuff that we've picked up, and we've been on, like, Facebook Marketplace, etc. And I was scrolling on Craigslist one day, and I found this alien prop thing that was like $75 or $90 or whatever, and I tweeted a picture of it, and I said, oh my gosh, I want this man in our house, but he's so expensive. And our friend Knock, because of course, responded to me and said, I know better alien dealers.
Better alien dealers.
Like, I will get you a high quality alien. And I thought he was joking, obviously. And then there was some backside thing where you were like, you saw him pick it out, right?
Hello there.
I didn't see.
Hello,
Latia! Hi!
Hello.
We're talking about, you can barely see him right now, but that's
This-
Iggy.
This man, this
Is our
Iggy,
friend.
He's very handsome. He was wearing a wizard's hat previously.
He was wearing a wizard's hat. Oh my god, y'all are twins. You're twins.
Yes.
Wanna buy some aliens?
Apparently, yes.
Full disclosure, Nox did pull me aside while I was helping out and say, make sure Alex doesn't buy this. And I said, huh? And then he was like, I'm gonna get it for them as a gift.
I love them so dearly, but also the fact that this showed up in a giant box to our house and I opened it and saw that face was an experience that I will never forget.
I wasn't here for the opening, for the unboxing, excuse
The
me.
unboxing reveal was pretty fantastic. I think I was the only one here. I just like opened him up and then I put him behind the TV with a hat on, so then...
Oh my god, yeah! Okay, this creature looks so much like an actual person. Like, not... Obviously, he doesn't look like an actual
But like,
person.
if you squinted,
He looks
he
just...
could be a guy.
He looks just enough like a person for every time you see him out of the corner of your eye, your brain goes, ah!
Which is hysterical, which is very funny. Did you like walk in and think he was a person or
Fully.
something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also put him up as like a little, Sarah and Alex went to Magic 30.
Yeah.
And then I put him up as a little, like, welcome home. I put a little sticker that said welcome home on it. I was like, it's gonna be so nice. And then the next morning, one of you was like, that alien scared the fuck out of me.
And you put him like right in the entryway, and we got home super late, and we had driven back from Las Vegas, and it was...
It's for the welcome home energy.
Yeah. Well, that's Iggy. And we named him Iggy because,
Nox's middle name is Ignatius.
Which is a great name.
So, we copied it.
Yeah. That's the man. Is there another guy?
Thanks. Sammy Crit Fiddle cheered X300.
Yes, there we go.
Hello, you absolute galactic
swag.
sunrise of a human being.
Hello, Sammy!
Hello,
It's
Sammy.
nice to see you. Thank you, Sarah. Was it just because he's cold?
Did you need a beanie? Did you get a hat?
It's a beanie. It's not even a wizard's beanie. It's just a beanie. Just a little guy.
Okay.
He needs coverage. Listen, I get it. I just shaved my head. Shit's cold.
Should I embarrass Latia with the story? So I've told this story on stream before.
Should you embarrass? Listen.
It's
If
a
it's gonna-
quick story. It's a
if-
lovely story.
If it's gonna put our friendship, not you and me, but me and Latia, in jeopardy, it's not allowed.
No. I have a deep respect for the incredible new community manager
Yes.
at D&D. Congratulations. It was so great to see you again.
Woo!
The funny story is very brief, but we met very briefly last year
Yes.
at PAX Unplugged.
Yes.
And I was hanging out with you and Markia and Andre and just a bunch of our friends, and we were obviously masked up and walking around the con floor, I think on the last day. And I had never gotten to meet you, Latia, before, and you kind of came up and you were like, oh my gosh, hello, Sarah. And I was like... no.
Yes.
Hi, Alex.
Yes. God.
And the look on your face, Latia's face, was wonderful and delightful.
That happened to me this year.
Oh,
Not
yes,
with the
yes,
team,
yes.
I was recognized. So I think for the first time, it was like the first time somebody had come up to me and said, "Oh my God, Arplebe," except that they went up to Sarah while Sarah was standing next to me and said, "Oh my God, Arplebe." And I said, "That's me."
Which was very funny.
It was so good. The person had gotten us mixed up. It was very, it was still very neat though. The fact that somebody saw someone and was like, "Arplebe,"
Yeah, you were so
Still
excited
cool.
too. You were like, oh my god, I got recognized.
Yeah, it's an
sorta,
exciting
someone
thing.
knew
It's like,
me.
oh wow, I exist in real life as well as on the internet. So that was a fun thing that happened.
That was, I mean, kind of a funny warm little story now because, also, the first day that I got to PAX, I got there early on Thursday to pick up a badge because I was GMing with Gehenna Gaming, and also with Free League, so I had, you know, like an extra pass thing, and I got in, and I was waiting for my friend Nick to drop off my badge for me, and I was making eye contact with Paladin, kind of like across the room, like judging the vibe, because they kept looking at me and being like, do I know you? And I was like, yeah, I mean, we met last year, hi, and doing that awkward little wave, and then Paladin came up to me and said, Sarah! I said, no, hi, I'm dating them. You know, obviously I'm
Good.
Alex, we met last year, and they were like, hello.
Listen, we all kind of look.
It's totally.
Like, if you're going off of the base, like, touchstones of a face.
Especially with a mask on, with the short hair. I mean,
Yes.
Sarah and I are the same height and the same size, and we wear each other's clothes, so it's completely respectable. Like, that makes so much sense. But
At the very least, I am, like, I have a different sort of body type than
Yeah.
the two of you. So that makes me different.
yeah, you got the height.
I do have the height. I do have the
And the hair, but you
That's
were
true.
wearing that cool hat.
That is true.
Most of the con, so.
I need a different hat. I want another brightly colored hat, but I want to have another hat that's equally as cool as homosexual tendencies that people can still see me by. Okay, y'all have seen my green homosexual tendencies beanie.
Very good hat.
It's my favorite hat currently because I lost my other favorite one, but I wore it all through the entirety of the con. And first of all, it's really nice having a beanie that's like
It's so bright.
so bright because people are like, yeah, I just find you by your hat. And then the second
so
thing
convenient.
is, it's my gaydar essentially, because I would go up to someone and it would be like, nice beanie, and I'd be like, thanks. And it's like my vibe check. As soon as somebody says that, I'm just like,
It's cute. It is very memorable. It's very delightful.
I saw you on Thursday in that hat and found it very iconic and memorable. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I have a green hat.
So-
Maybe I'll just wear it forever. I'll
I
just
think
get
you
like
should.
3.
it's really good. I want to get you like a neon pink one, but it has to be kind of like, you need like a triangle of hats, so like homosexual tendencies, and then you need one that says like Ace Chaos or
Ace
something,
Chaos,
and
yes.
then what's the third thing you identify as?
I don't know.
Gender deviant.
Something. Yes, gender deviant actually would be great.
That would be a good hat.
I was gonna say something to do with like being depressed, or something catchy, something very like live, laugh, lovey about
My other
being...
hat is my therapist.
I did see. Did I
Hire
tell
me
you?
to write coffee.
I found a sticker on the floor of the con that
Yeah.
said "My other car is family."
Oh yes, you did, because we were talking about whatever.
have never
Fast and Furious. Man.
I've never seen the Fast and Furious franchise. I'd like to see it. I've heard it's good, but
We should watch it.
I
We have a
know
long
enough.
list.
I've seen enough memes.
Yes.
That I get it. It's a touchstone.
So how was your PAX? You know what? Let's do Dylan. This deep sigh. The deep sigh. Dylan was doing this wonderful little game one of the nights when we were all hanging out, doing highs and lows. And I feel like that's a good starting point. So what was the high of your PAX? And then the low of your PAX?
Mike. Oh,
Ooh.
sorry. You can just hear me messing with the mic. I just want to get it close.
Sarah's
real
coming in
close.
right as we established.
Sarah's coming in. Okay. Highs and lows, you said.
Yes, highs and lows.
Okay, highs and lows. Jesus Christ. Lows? My feet fucking hurt so bad. I
Those
learned...
flat concrete floors are really killer.
Yes, the flat concrete. You know what one of my highs was?
Yeah.
I saw so many folks who were using, like, I'm not sure how to
Mobility
classify it.
aids?
Like, yeah, mobility aids.
Yeah.
So many people who were using mobility aids, specifically wheelchairs. Like, I
Mhm.
saw a whole bunch of folks who were using wheelchairs. And that was so cool to see, because
Yeah.
that is the most, like, number of folks using mobility aids that I have ever seen
I know
at
there's
a
a
con.
lot of cons that are pretty bad with mobility stuff.
Yeah,
So,
and it was like,
and I can't speak to it because I do not use mobility aid, but it did seem like more people were using them this year. Visually,
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
really excited about that too.
hello, are you gonna sit on your seat? Are you?
You have a chair.
I don't know if
It's so hard to
Why don't you bring the?
Is your suitcase gonna break if you sit? No, I'm concerned.
No.
What's that? Is that a shirt that you brought?
Are
He's gonna wear it?
Are you worried about his alien presenting nipples on Twitch?
Alien presenting nipples. Working on cons. Makes me feel real happy to hear that mobility accessibility was good. I did not experience going through the con with a mobility aid, but I saw a lot of folks who were using them, so that's seems like you are in the dark.
I'm in the shadow.
I feel like I should. I need better lighting, or I'll just like hold some.
You and Iggy are indistinguishable.
The same person.
That was a big high. Another big high was getting recognized. That was super fun and cool. Getting to meet a bunch of people who I mostly see on the internet. There are people who I am always on the internet with, and I guess I just see them once a year now when I go to PAX. I'm okay with that.
I love people.
I loved it. It was very sad at the end. If I wasn't so physically, like literally too physically exhausted to cry, I would have cried. But there were still good times to be had. I felt sad on the plane. And yeah.
Yeah. Sarah, do you want to lean in and say highs and lows?
Yes.
Are you heard?
Can everyone hear me?
You got a pretty good level on there, I
in
think.
the chat.
Cool.
Amazing. I mean, I guess my biggest highs would have to be same as Sloan, seeing everybody. That was very nice and exciting. I didn't get to go to PAX last year either because I was moving here, and then also I didn't get to go to Gen Con this year. So
Yeah.
there were a lot of people that I hadn't seen in a very long time, and I was very sad that I hadn't seen them. Some people I was meeting for the first time in like Meet Space. I think Dylan and AJ were both people that I was meeting for the first time in.
You hadn't met
Wait,
Dylan?
what?
Yeah, I
You
hadn't met Dylan and literally we
What?
That is shocking.
Dylan and AJ were both people that like we met, we hugged, we were talking, and like 5 minutes in we both were like, is this the first time we've
That's
met each other? And it was
wild.
it was the first time we've met each other in person.
Oh my
So
God.
like yeah, that was a big high, is getting to like meet people in person that literally like, how long have we known Dylan? Like years at this point.
Wow.
So like knowing someone for years and not meeting them in person, like finally getting that.
We
that's a
played
big high.
games with
Wild.
them.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, because I assumed that you guys had met Dylan at a previous Gen Con, but Andre introduced me to Dylan because they were playing together on the Atomless.
I met. How did I meet Dylan?
Hello.
How did you meet Dylan?
How did you meet Dylan?
You were supposed to be on the Atomless.
How
weren't you?
did I meet Dylan?
I knew Dylan before the Atlas.
Dylan is an
I think
omnipresent person.
What is
actually
Dylan?
first we followed each other on Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
and then I invited them to a round table at one
Yes,
point.
that sounds correct.
Yeah, I used to run a game that I did random TTRPGs, and I would just invite people from the community to come play them. So I'm pretty sure Dylan got invited to one of those, and then we were like, community, and he's very cool. So anyway,
Yeah,
I think
Dylan's
that was
amazing.
my origin story with Dylan.
Definitely go check Dylan out.
Yeah, I think that for me it was like we just started interacting on Twitter,
Yeah,
and then it snowballed
yeah.
from there.
Which great, like very, very happy it happened.
He's just so cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
How I met anyone on the
Yeah.
Sometimes I just
Yeah.
I see people, and then we become friends.
It's hard to track that down. My low was that one of the reasons that I was so excited to go to PAX, I'm gonna get roasted for this, was that I really wanted to just be in Philly, and one of the reasons that I loved Philly so much is a certain convenience store called Wawa.
Oh, yeah.
And my low was that the first day I went and got Wawa coffee, they didn't have breakfast sandwiches, and I was like, it's fine, I'll just go back and get one later. Like the next, we have 2-3 days before we're leaving here. The second day, we walk there in the rain, and there's a sign that's like, oh, bye, minute. A sign that's like, it's closed for a problem that we've discovered. And that's all it said, and it was closed for the rest of the con.
Yeah. Like,
So
I walked over the next day to try and get Sarah breakfast, and it was still closed.
I got no Wawa, and that's my low.
Where's the nearest Wawa to here?
So far, they're making plans to expand into Indianapolis, and like that's they're not even there yet.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they're like
Crazy.
just
They're
East Coast. East Coast only. Damn.
I'll get it when I go home for Christmas.
The problem was they knew they didn't have any other breakfast sandwiches, so they closed in shame.
Yeah, like they were like, we're out of breakfast sandwiches. We can't stay open.
But
We're
our
Wawas.
hotel did have a Federal Donut just connected to it, which I didn't realize you could just go
Which I love.
through the hotel lobby into the donut store, like
Sloan
walk through
showed
a
us on
door.
the last day.
Yeah.
But Federal Donuts were top tier. I got to try them for the first time.
I love how you can still see Iggy in the background when you do that. God, he's just
Our
there.
fourth
We're just
roommate.
vibing.
Our fourth roommate who doesn't pay rent.
He's got a
Fifth,
thing.
fifth roommate.
Fifth roommate who doesn't pay rent.
Chester
Chester's
pays
the-
rent, like,
Chester's
cuddle.
Love.
That's fine. That's fine. Rent.
Okay, should I go?
Yes.
Okay. I had a lot of highs at PAX. One of my kind of favorite things to experience is running games for strangers can be really exhausting and can take a lot of energy, but I've had some really positive experiences running games at cons, especially because it's usually not a group of people that I have played with before. I mean, I've had collegiate experiences, and my collegiate experience GMing wasn't really pro GMing, but I just ran for games for whoever signed up, and it usually did end up being a lot of white cis men. But especially at conventions, I feel like I get an opportunity to kind of run very different games and bring my own very queer spin to games for audiences that I don't really run games for anymore, because I try and have much more inclusive tables with a variety of people. So I had some really lovely experiences at conventions where I run games for a table of strangers, but Gehenna's set up really well with safety tools. So everyone does a consent sheet. I always do pronouns. I always go over stuff at the top of my games. And then I get to talk to some more like OSR, old school kind of folks, or people who haven't played some like queer indie games before. And they usually have a really positive experience and bring a perspective that I feel like I learn a lot from. So I get to kind of come from my like young indie queer scene of GMing and then learn a little bit more about like OSR and introduce people to that stuff. So I had some really positive experiences there. I got to GM Workboard for the first time and I loved it. I got to meet some really cool people who I've also only met online, so lots of highs there. Yeah, and that felt really good. I got to meet a designer of a book called Into the Weird and Wild, which is a kind of like supplement. It's based on wilderness dungeons, and I've been using that in our D&D campaign Strange Hungers a little bit. Got to talk to Charles, and that was really excellent, and he actually gave me a like free little zine, and then I bought a bunch of other stuff for him. He's super cool. And yeah, those are my big highs, lots of highs. I think my low was I was chillier than I expected. I should have brought warmer clothes.
Our
so
blood has
prepared.
been thinned. Our
I-
blood has been thinned by this place.
I do want to know. Listen, I did prepare. I got a lot of extra layers
You were the
going
most
on me
prepared.
every day. But for being the person who is always here in the apartment, being like, I'm so cold, I'm dying. I had a great time.
Well, you were
warm.
wearing
my
like
God.
15 layers.
Yes, I wore a pair of leggings under any pair of pants. I wore every single day, and it was a great option.
Smart.
I was also pretty prepared,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I had another high.
Yeah.
I ran a game for the first time in, I think, at least a year.
Yeah.
Between a year and 2 years. And it didn't go terribly.
I played a gay.
It was also the first time I'd ever GM'd for Sarah.
Yeah.
Wait,
So
really?
that
That's
was,
so
yeah.
good.
I assumed you guys had just done something together on
Nope.
the welcome.
I mean, we've played before.
Sarah
but
has
I've-
run a game for me, but never the other way around.
Mhm. I
That's
ran that
amazing.
grandma game and another one,
You
but
did
that's
run
the one that I.
and your birthday game,
Yeah.
Oh, and my
Birthday
game.
Jame.
which was
I
really
forgot
cool.
Yes, indeed. Aspor Philadelphia Conquest Edition.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
I have come up with the concept of AspWarCon. I don't know if you saw that on
I
Twitter.
did
No.
see that on Twitter.
But well, Amelia Desom
Mhm.
was
Yeah.
like, what cons should I plan for this coming year of 2023? And I said, us.
We're
us,
we're
bitch.
throwing a con,
Get over here.
and it's just
TJ, you're so right. I ran 3 kobolds for you.
You did.
I don't know that game. Is it
it
big kobolds in a trench coat?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I do know that
Yes,
game.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
And
yes,
I've played
yes.
it.
Good
I
game.
played it when it was first released because, you know,
good.
it was a game that Cal wrote.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we played it to promote the release of the game, and it was very fun. You were
Well,
trying to get into a movie theater or something, right?
Yeah, I think like an opening.
Yeah,
of something?
like a movie premiere.
Mine was
So-
my guy was named Brick,
Yes.
I believe.
I still think
Oh my
about
god, that was a nickname a bunch of people used to have for my ex in high school. As like an insulting nickname because he was ginger, they'd be like, Brick. Which I think is so funny.
How are
What
children
the-
so casually cruel? Like, what does that even mean?
Brick!
Brick!
Oh my god. Hysterical. Very funny.
Oh my Jesus. I don't know. What what else are we talking about?
What other lows? I was definitely tired. One of the things I've noticed about these cons is, especially working more as a professional in the tabletop space now, there's just a lot of running around that happens, and I don't get to go to a lot of the panels that I want to go to, and because I'm so tired, I don't get there as early. So
Fact.
I have a lot of fun GMing games, and it's also really great because then my badge gets covered, and this year I was actually working with Free League through Gehenna, so I am technically supposed to get paid some amount of money for doing that, but I did not get to see some of our amazing friends on some of their panels. Like Jay, Nala Wu was on some panels that I really wanted to go to that I didn't get to see.
There were so many panels that were really
Yeah.
early in the
I didn't get to see Wally, and I have
Oh,
not gotten. Wally's in New York, and we've tried to do a bunch of meetups, and I still haven't gotten to see them. Like,
so sad.
again since last
I
year.
only went to one panel. It was the one that was Dylan and Wally and Viditya and
Yeah.
Banana.
How was that one?
It was great.
I
I
really
mean,
wanted to see that.
people who design games, what's in you?
What's in your brain?
What's in your brain? It is.
I love game designers.
It's.
Viditya is also brilliant, and I mean everyone on that panel brilliant. But I have the privilege of working with Viditya now on the project that I just got hired onto, and oh my god, he is brilliant.
Seriously.
We were talking about the Digimon card game, and he was just like going off about collectible card game design, and I love Magic the Gathering, so it was just like sparks and rainbows and fireworks.
I'm resting. I'm
Good
resting
job.
my body. This is, I will say, I already said this to you, Alex,
Yeah.
but I've traveled before. This is the first time I feel like I've had a genuine travel hangover.
I'm so tired. Jesus.
I have felt tired before, after a big ass haul across the country.
Mm-hmm.
I've never felt unwell. Genuinely unwell. I'm like, oh, I'm tired, and my feet, my head, and my tummy hurt.
We've also all tested negative twice for COVID, but we're definitely keeping an eye out, especially when we leave the apartment. So.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Math
Babe.
Up.
We got those thick masks.
Yeah.
We have really nice masks. I bought them off Amazon, and
Thank
I'm
you
pretty
for getting
sure
those.
you were welcome. I'm pretty sure I got the wrong size though.
I'm living.
They are a
Sloan
little
was
tight.
like-
My ears were
Sloan
hurting.
was like, I bought. Wait, have you tried the 3M ones?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Because they don't go around your ears, right?
If it's something about they poke me right here.
Funky. Sloan bought these masks and I was like, oh, thank you, but like normal masks don't fit me because my face is strange and small. And Sloan was like, that's okay, I just bought them for the apartment. And then I didn't prepare correctly, and I was like, I gotta wear this big mask for the flight. Put it on, and it fit me like a glove. So I am living.
I think
Good.
you're right though. I was wearing a slightly different mask that was going over my
You were
ears
wearing
for the flight,
K95,
and
yeah.
that one was.
Those guys,
That
not
hurt.
the best. How far is Philly compared to where you're at? Substantially bigger journey. Yes.
Yes.
Like from where we were this time last year.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because-
that would have been a 1-hour commute for me last year if I had stayed in my location.
And if I was in Virginia, it's like a 4-hour drive
Mhm.
to Philly
Yeah.
from Virginia.
I
Whereas,
was lucky because I was actually in New York City, so I just took the train, and I booked my train early ahead of time, so it wasn't too bad getting into Philly.
Yeah.
But getting back here is.
but LA to Philly is like a full
And we
day
had-
plane travel.
This is my fault. We had a much longer trip on the way back because I morally refused to travel out of Chicago.
I don't think that I don't think that's something for anyone to complain about.
Yeah.
Because Chicago sucks. Not in
Not
the way
the
that the
city.
city. The
city's
city's
not
great.
the city.
City's great.
The weather.
But
No one clip us.
the weather is a little,
Yeah.
and it doesn't help that like even though we weren't going into like Chicago, we were still in so much turbulence.
Yeah. And you
It was
know
a
what?
lot.
The airport in Chicago, not great either. It's small, and almost all the restaurants are always closed.
Have-
So,
Have either of you ever arrived at LAX before? Because that was my first time arriving at LAX.
Did I come into Burbank?
you came into Burbank. When I flew with Chester, I had a direct flight, and Burbank doesn't usually do direct flights, so I
Got
did
it.
come into LAX.
I think I
with
dropped you
Chester.
both off at LAX.
That was my first time going into LAX, like arriving at it, and it was a fucking nightmare. It wasn't terrible.
Really?
To me, it was a nightmare
Oh, man.
because, like, we got in, everything up to the baggage claim, fine.
Mm-hmm.
Getting to the taxi.
Getting to the taxi and Ubers,
Oh, yeah.
that
pretty
Honestly,
sucked.
that was way better labeled. Like, I have flown in and out of every single airport near New York City multiple times, and oh my god, trying to get a rideshare or a taxi from Newark or whatever, like, it's just a nightmare. It was way better labeled than I expected.
I'm gonna rent a car the next time I come into an airport. Like a fucking adult. I'm so excited. You know, that's like the last barrier of being an adult, right?
Is when you're, like, the age to
you
rent
can't
a
rent
car.
a car until you're 25.
Wow, privilege.
Yeah, I want to see what DJ said.
Forestly, drive back to North Carolina for a caroling performance?
No.
Oh my
Running
god.
on fumes. by
Yeah,
the
like
end of
literally, I wouldn't
Jesus.
be able to. Maybe earlier in my life, I would have been able to do that. But now that I'm a rotting pile of bones, that's a possibility for me. That's not to do with age. I'm not being like, I'm so old at like my age. My blood has decided to try to escape my body. So, what you gonna do?
Did you find your medication, by the way? No? Where could it be?
That's what I was
I
cleaning
think
the room
it's under the bed.
trying to find it.
Under the bed?
It also might be like hiding stealth amongst other things because I know it looks like a lot
Could
of
be.
others.
We have a lot of medication bottles.
We got a lot of medication.
We're a medicated house.
Which is good.
Oh shit, I gotta refill my medication thing. I have a month-long, like, you know those medication pill separators?
I love you,
Hi,
babe.
Roblox! Thank you,
I
happy
ain't gonna
nasty
never stop loving you.
anniversary.
Yeah.
Look at all those little Christmas hats.
That's so cute.
When did you put Christmas hats on things?
It's a thing that you can, like, toggle in Twitch.
That's adorable.
Either Twitch or Stream Elements, which is what I use for my overlay.
That's good shit.
It's nice. You can, like, click it for, like,
I'm sorry.
Right as the clap happened too.
Hi.
Delightful. Yeah, we're medicated. We Sloan.
You don't even like bone crunching sounds.
It was an urge. I didn't even realize I'd done it until you looked at me.
Sloan, amazing as always. Just like fully cleaned the room and it looks gorgeous in here.
Today.
And Sarah and I.
What's just our room's
Your
messy.
room looked clean when we got home, and I
Yes.
think that counts for something.
It was clean when we got
massively
home.
counts.
It's messy because of suitcase.
Yeah.
Suitcase.
My room is.
Pooja! Love you, Pooja.
Miss you. How
Miss
is
you too.
Australia?
How is your wife?
Down
How is your wife?
My wife.
My room is typically the floor is covered in a carpet of things and stuff, and there is a single aisle from the door to the bed. And that's it. It's weird. I got to hug a dip. Oh my god!
I
That's a
saw
hug
the
for us.
pictures and my head just about exploded.
Wait, there are pictures?
Okay.
Yeah, in Sloth.
I haven't. You know.
Yeah,
you
that's
know.
fine.
You know. You know how I am.
Checking Discord.
Every once in a while, I see something and I want to like post it in Sloth House and then tag you in it, like do that double trouble, and I'm like, nah, I gotta text it to Sloan. They're not
No.
gonna see
Yeah.
that
If you tag
Let me
me
see
in
if I
Sloth
can
Ass,
find
I'll
it.
come.
shit. Will you?
Yes,
Alright.
absolutely. You just need. It's just that there's so much going on all the time
It's true.
that I need someone to directly be like, "Come look at this." Oh my god!
Isn't that so cute?
Why is Pooja's hair always perfect?
I know.
It's a
Look
mystery.
at those curls.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god! And Death looks so good.
It's a great tragedy of our lives that all our friends are so hot.
I know.
Honestly,
You
yeah.
look so cute.
You look so good.
We were
Use my
talking.
servers. No.
We were talking earlier about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go get a seat. Sloan and I were
Okay.
talking earlier about just the idea of getting our friends at a table together in a studio and playing with them and how magical it would be. And I want it so badly. I wish Shan was not all the way across the ocean.
We gotta get Shan towards the U.S. If we can get them to Canada, we can get them to L.A.
I don't think it's unfeasible. I know they've been.
Who said I was talking back and then I remembered you couldn't hear me? Classic.
We can hear you.
We can, in our hearts.
The way that he looks even more like a little guy now.
Like, he's kind of fashion, though.
No, he's giving something.
He's giving.
He's pulling a look.
He is.
Hang on, wait.
I need to get more lights. Do you want to hit the room light? Because maybe that'll help.
No,
I can
like
also-
being in darkness.
Do you?
Yes.
I can also grab
Are you putting my robe on him?
Oh my god.
Oh my.
This is our Christmas tree. I'm gonna keep making that joke all different
Oh, wait, he's our Christmas tree?
Yes.
If we put lights on him, that can exist.
Oh my god! He's so cute.
Katrina! Here comes the hurricane, bitch!
Oh my god! Put a manicure on him. He's ready to hit the.
We could stick fake nails on his hands and fingers.
I think we
Hands and fingers? Fingers and toes.
We could just paint his nail.
We should.
Ooh, coming to
Maybe
LA,
some
you want to play
French tips.
Commander? Listen, an LGS. A local game store. Yes, we have a favorite game store. It's called Geeky Teas.
Yes.
And I'm always down to play some Commander.
I love. When are we doing like a magic stream? When are we like getting a
Oh, we're
top
definitely
down
going.
camp?
We can play it on Arena. I know. I hate that you have to get separate stuff
I know.
for Arena.
Well, technically, you can like load your cards in with like when you buy something. Sometimes you can like get a code and load them in or some shit like that, right, Alex?
Huh.
Yeah. But I can't always
More
do that
lighting.
with the cards I get.
And I don't know how your thing works with your Magic account. So you gotta get that set up. You might just have access to like all the cards, but I don't.
That's true. I have to do. So I haven't made my way through the magic tutorial. But that's
Here.
because I'm kind of intimidated and afraid because they told me when I first started working that I had to like register my account with Wizards.
You just get like a special little orange name tag.
Well, I get a special little orange name tag, but yeah, it's so that like people can't
Give you
you
money.
can't take advantage of the app. And I'm like, I don't know how to do that. So I just haven't gotten all the way through.
Oh Jesus! Can you reach?
Oh
Okay,
lord.
plug it.
Okay, hit the center clicky
Hit the
thingy.
button.
Hit the button, Jeffrey.
What is the...
And you're like,
People
That
can
worked
see
well,
my
I think.
Sims.
They can't see.
is it hurting your eyes or okay?
That's fine.
Your Starscream deck? Like the...
Take my shoes off.
Why do you have to do
The,
Like beat her.
you know, the Transformer?
Oh,
There's a new
yes.
Transformers movie.
Well-
Wait, there's a Starscream deck?
No, okay, so
What's happening?
let me put up about this. Magic announced, I think about a year ago, something called the Universes Beyond, I believe, or something like that, which is basically they were doing a few collaborations with different IPs and franchises, and now they are like doing a ton of active collaborations. So we talked about the Warhammer 40k Commander decks. They have a full set of Transformers cards, and they're like the Transformers art and everything. And Magic's also done this thing where they'll give certain cards like a fake name and then the real name is kind of underneath it, so it'll be like Optimus Prime and then it's actually like the Necroid robot or whatever.
Mhm.
God, Optimus Prime would never be a Necroid robot.
Okay, I made it up because I was thinking of oh god, there's a
I was being a shit. I was just being
I'm
an
gonna look
Along
up
with
Magic cards.
Heavy Transformers opinion.
I have opinions. Listen, I love that movie. The one with Shia
The one
LaBeouf?
with Shia LaBeouf.
Yes, I did.
Never
Is it
seen a
because it's Megan
Transformers
Fox?
movie.
It's not because of Megan Fox, it's because I thought it was a great film.
Okay,
Fair
I
enough.
was right though. Optimus Prime is one of the cards, and he's very cute.
Is he a death robot?
He's a legendary artifact creature.
Robot.
More than meets the eye.
I fucking love that.
He's
God
really cute.
damn it, it's so cool. Why is Magic so cool? Unfortunately, Magic is actually
it's
really,
very
really
cool.
cool.
I'm sorry.
Somebody in chat did ask how Commander cards work.
I am happy to info dump about Magic the Gathering. Commander. Let me get started. Commander.
know what you've done.
So, I have to sit gaily. Okay.
Good.
Commander is a format in Magic the Gathering that involves using 100 cards, one of which is a legendary creature or planeswalker if it has a special ability on it. And your commander, which is your main card, that legendary card, kind of sets the tone and theme and color identity of the deck. So for example, Sloan just got a really cool pre-constructed deck that is like released along with the release of the set called the Brothers War, and it is captain commanded, crewed by the famous Planeswalker character known as Urza. So Urza, I think your deck is like blue, red, and white or something. Blue, red, and black or something like that. Your Urza deck.
Blue, red, white.
Blue, red, white. So
Okay.
those are the color identities, and then all the cards in that deck either have to be colorless or blue, red, white.
Doctor Who is getting a set of commander decks.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
I was
Fortnite
in the
cards.
chat when they announced the Doctor Who was getting a deck. And let me tell you, Magic fans, like the deep ones, they were not happy.
Oh.
But anyone who had like a family or like
Wait. Does being a Magic fan preclude having a family?
Oh my god.
Are you allowed to talk about this?
I can't like. Okay, all right, I can do this. Hang on.
You can do it.
We love our community.
Uh-huh.
And there's
Oh my god.
no. It's just that you know, there's certain people who are very, very into like the original lore of Magic and like want all of the lore to be contained in the original like world building and lore of Magic. And so to them, stepping outside of that and doing like brand partnerships feels like compromising Magic.
Yes.
But people who, what I was trying to say is people who have families and like kids and they like grew up watching Doctor Who with their families, they're like, oh my gosh, this is so cool because it's a way to introduce my kids to Magic.
I see.
So like it's a
see.
very cool thing for like families to like play together with each other or just like Doctor Who fans.
Magic.
Do it! Speak of it.
Hello. It's
What I enjoy about Magic.
I love
is
you,
there are
bitch.
Things that are happening in
I ain't
the
gonna never
original
stop
lore of
loving
Magic
you,
Gathering
bitch.
definitely does have a history of racism, especially in certain artistic depictions. Don't be signed.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Somebody said that.
I
I didn't even hear what you were saying. Were you talking about racism?
Yeah.
I zoned out because I was watching chat. I'm so sorry because I was looking at my levels because I know that my raid, the song that plays
Yeah.
is the fucking entrance song for Seinfeld. It's like the bass line, like dun 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 dun, and it was going full blast. And so somebody said it, and I wouldn't be. I'm not peace signing racism. No jokes.
Add that to quotes.
Right
add that to
now.
quotes, please.
Gee, DJ, you're so right. Where's my phone? I gotta get on.
I have to end the stream.
Oh my god.
Just to be clear,
We're anti-racist.
I'm sorry. It was an accident, and I am still very sorry. Please continue.
There is a history of racist depictions and Orientalist depictions in Magic the Gathering and the original world building, but they have been working very, very hard on new sets, collaborations, and rewriting much of that history and updating some of the most iconic locations, including something that I've been very excited to share with Sloan and Sarah, which is there's just a bunch of new like queer and trans characters in Magic the Gathering, as well as like BIPOC representation. They just did a great set in Kamigawa, which is sort of their like cyberpunk set, and it's very, very cool, very neat.
There's also some good furry representation.
There's
Hello, Johnny.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah, the
Jesus.
Leonin, I think. Yeah,
Tiger man.
they're very cool. So yes, Magic does have, I would say, a general large community that has a history of being very like privileged, mask and white, especially because there's a money barrier to entry for Magic. But I think with Magic Arena, the fact that you can play and learn online for free is really neat, and there's some really cool like fem streamers that I follow who do Magic.
Follow a lot of fem MTG creators, and it's real tight.
They're awesome.
Real tight.
I'm trying to think what else. I wanted to talk about some of the games that we got to do.
That Nightbot notification is so mean. More shoddy. I'm very sorry that came up for you. That I didn't put that in there.
Can I tell a story about a moderator bot doing some shit in
Oh,
the
yeah.
Discord I
Yes,
run.
absolutely.
So we have some, like, in some of the Discords that I moderate, we have some bots that just automatically flag certain language and things. And we recently rewrote them because one of them, whenever somebody like posted, oh, that's a different one. Whenever it happened, they would just delete it and go, "Watch your language!" And I saw it one day and I was like, why is that what it says? That's not helpful at all. So we developed new messaging, but it was very funny that, like, in this large server, it was just like someone would put, like, I don't know, ass or something. It would be like, it's like, Jesus Christ.
Oh my gosh. No, I got clipped.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Nice.
that's so embarrassing.
Honestly,
I'm sorry.
if anyone would try to engineer a cancellation, I think that would be a great episode of Seinfeld. You know?
Oh, have you seen the like Tumblr Seinfeld posts?
Yeah, like modern Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
they're hysterical.
If
They're so funny.
there was a modern Seinfeld, there would absolutely be an episode where George and Kramer tried to get somebody canceled.
I know nothing about any of the Seinfeld characters. I've never seen a single episode.
Me neither.
besides what I've seen on
Seinfeld-
Tumblr.
Maybe I need to watch it.
Seinfeld is like what Friends wanted to be. Because it's like a true good, like, people living in New York kind of show. It has the best woman to be written on TV.
Yeah.
Elaine is
I have heard that.
so perfect. And there's just something about George, like, broke standards in the time for being like, you look at that man, and he's just like a very average man, but he's just so consistently popular with women because he's just like such a guy. He's just such a personality, such a character.
Which
that
one is
people are
George?
like, he's the, like, short glasses bald.
Which one is Seinfeld?
He's the one with the curly hair.
Is Danny
Okay.
DeVito on this show?
Danny
No,
DeVito's
it's not
on the
Danny.
show.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's
Is so good.
There's a comic who does impressions of the Seinfeld characters with modern topics on TikTok. I think I've seen those.
Yes, I've seen
They're
them, and
very
it's
funny.
great.
I don't think I've seen them.
They're very good.
Get on the
There's one.
TikToks.
There's like a post about George with pronouns that is
Yes.
specific.
No,
and
I've
very
seen
funny.
that
That
one.
one
I'm
is
like, okay,
hysterical.
it's like a joke, but honestly, that is the essence of what George's character is like. And I feel like if you like look at that and put it into the 90s, you're like, oh, I understand why he was a lady killer. You know?
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I haven't got to like sit here and see your big screen with your sign, and your sign looks
It looks real good.
so good. It looks so good, and I'm just sitting here like,
Yeah, you got that for me.
well, me and Sarah got it for you together.
You both got it for me.
Yes.
You in the plural.
Agreed, Pooja. The least interesting character is Jerry. Also, he breaks up with women for stupid reasons. Fuck Jerry. I have hot Seinfeld takes.
So in that way, it is like Friends.
Kind of like the conceit of Seinfeld, of Jerry's character essentially, is that like he's a comic in New York who's actually very funny, so a lot of women want to like date him,
Okay.
but he's like allergic to commitment.
Oh,
So
boy.
he'll like every episode he'll like be dating a new woman, and like they'll either be very eccentric or he'll break up with them for a certain reason. And it sounds bad,
It does.
but consider Elaine. Consider Elaine, who has such iconic lines, and one of my favorite episodes is about her and a pair of shoes, and that sounds reductive, but it's so excellent. This show's about them being so terrible, and then Elaine is there. Yes, exactly.
I kind of like George's vibe though.
George has great vibes. He has
Maybe we
great...
can watch like one episode.
We should watch one episode of Seinfeld.
I-
I say that, and then I'm gonna be on an entire watch of the entire series. Of
I'm
Seinfeld.
really bad at watching shows.
Me too,
That
except
are
for Social Media.
sitcom.
Yes, Kellen.
JLD is an amazing actor in comic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who is JLD?
That's the one who plays George.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
no,
She made episodes of that show so amazing. Oh, I think it is.
Oh.
Elaine. Yeah, it's Elaine.
Nice.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Prime Concept is bad.
I still want to bring it back around because I wanted to
Oh.
say that I only got to pitch the very end of your Sherwood game, but I Sherwood.
Yes.
But I still wanted to give like a shout out because you said something that I am still thinking about and brewing over.
What did I say?
You said that you, running a game, you felt like you got to do something that you hadn't gotten to do in a while, which is experience the magic of when a player, like, does something and you realize that you can lean into it to make them, like, really invested in the game or give them a moment that shines.
Yes.
And right at the end of the game, I came in to see, and you were doing this whole bit with the horses and, like, throwing sugar into the woods. And if you can see by Sarah's eyes lighting up, like, everyone was having a really good time with it.
I turned my game about outlaws in Sherwood Forest into Horse Girl Simulator.
Horse Girl Simulator.
And it was very successful.
I had a big horse.
Big horse. Big horse. I didn't think that horses were going to be such a big part of the game. And then everybody was like, I want a fucking steed. I want a horse. Pooja, you missed it. Listen, if I make Sherwood my personality, which I kind of already have, and I actually run things for it, Pooja, I will run a game of Sherwood and you will play in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we will be together in Sherwood Forest.
Come to us, Pooja.
Panto?
I don't know what that is.
Robin Hood? What is a panto?
Like a pantomime?
Pantomime?
Yeah, I think pantomime.
What is a... Is that like a show?
Yeah, it's like a show with no words.
Oh.
I'm gonna see my fiance ride a horse this weekend. She's the horse girl, but I'm learning by osmosis.
Good.
I did not know your fiance was a horse girl.
Was confused about... You just started reading the chat and I was like, oh, what?
I have a devastating thing to tell you.
So much has happened.
Alex is engaged to Chester.
Well, I actually...
No!
I don't know if you guys knew this, but I was engaged at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're so bad at lying.
No, I believed it. I believed
I
it.
did not believe it first.
Good if you didn't. I would have told you.
I think that...
Yeah, that's too hot of a story for you to not believe
I know.
at this point.
Do Americans not have pantomime? I don't know what that is, so I'm gonna say no.
We do have it, but it's more like it happens at Renaissance fairs. You know,
Yeah.
like it's not a common theater that people come to see.
Yeah. Historical reenactment. Historical reenactment is big.
Yeah.
Were you the No, you weren't the person I explained that to. Wes and I walked onto the floor the morning that PAX opened, and we saw a booth for the Society for Creative Anachronism.
Okay.
Which is LARPing.
Oh,
Kind of.
yeah.
It's not really LARPing. It's like, I think that's the full name of it. But it's like, you...
I'm sorry.
What's happening? What's happening over here?
You just reminded me of something, but I want you to finish your thought before I say it.
That's the end of the thought. Go ahead.
There's something happening on Discord.
What?
There's some kind of something happening on. I saw it today. Whereas I closed down Discord because I wanted to make sure that the cache was updated. And it was like, have you picked out your snowy quest for today? And I was like, what the fuck? And I don't know what it is, but I have to figure it out because I want to. They said that I could get a reward.
Oh, okay.
I love prizes.
Speaking of quest, I was feeling very exhausted on Sunday, which is why I didn't come to the Sherwood game, and I was also like super losing my voice. But one thing I did do was I ran around the entire convention doing one of the stamp games to get a free pin.
Nice.
Which is very funny. But it was really cool because PAX does this thing to incentivize you visiting booths. They had a Goose one. It's not really PAX. It was the Kickstarter booth. They have this Goose one, and they have this backer kit one. And if you got like 40 stamps and you went around to all the different booths, you could get this like really cool D20.
Wild to me that they have to incentivize people to go to the booths.
Oh no, I get it.
Well, to like
Really?
go up and
Yeah.
talk to people. You have to talk to someone at the
You have
booth.
to talk to someone.
So it's not just like
Okay,
going
now
to
I
see
understand.
it.
Yeah, I actually have a really hard time talking to people at booths. Even if I want to buy their product, I'm like, what if they don't like me? Which is so crazy because I'm a customer. I'm worried that like I'll walk up and I won't like their product, and then I'll be like, oh cool, bye. And they'll be like, that bitch.
I would be mad. I would
Oh
be
my
upset about
God.
or scared of the same thing.
Yes.
Interestingly, Callum, I actually did learn about this through my studies that came up because I was getting sucked into Sherwood. I learned more, and now I understand what you're talking about because I have seen, like, festival performances,
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
like that, where it's talking. I watched a whole bunch about like religion and paganism and shit, and those came up. Very cool. Cons are scary. Talking to humans.
Yeah.
Also, are you ever gonna stream video games again?
Did somebody ask that in
Yeah.
chat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Funny enough, I was in chat talking and I realized that I made emotes that I never like streamed to use them, and they're really cute. I have a possum
Yeah.
king and a rage possum, and they're really
I
adorable.
remember when you were
Also a
making
frog with a little heart.
You made it.
I made them in Canva. So like I took assets and I like
Oh,
combined
nice.
them together. I smushed them.
Nice.
I am going to. I need to not be insanely busy, and then I will be able to. Which actually, I'll tell you what. Today, yeah, there they are. Look at those guys.
Sweet. Yeah,
I have a
love
horny bonk
those.
hammer, which I think is real fun. I need to. What I was saying is, funny enough, today was a very busy day. I will not say it's not. Sloan and Alex saw me staring like a zombie at my computer for hours at a time. However, at the end of the day, I was like, this is bad.
Yeah?
So, we're getting there, lads.
Very exciting.
There's just a period in my job, which I love very much. For those of you, I don't want to take over the stream with Sarah life updates.
We're all
We're
here.
hanging out.
Cool. For those of you who don't know, I now work for Wizards, which is very exciting and cool. And there was a point where I was doing the job of two people because we lost someone. And now there's a person in that position, and that person is Latia, and it's very cool. I'm very excited. And then on top of that, we have, what is the word? Deprecated certain functions in the community, which means now I am doing less work because there's only one place where I'm doing the work. And I could already feel my brain beginning to open up with possibilities of like, now that I'm not managing like 5 or 6 things, I have so many ideas.
Yay.
And I'm very excited. So once everything, like, I'm on the front end of making a lot of automated processes to make things easy. And then once all of those are done, I can do personal things again.
Also, good night, Callum. Have
Good
a
night,
good
guys.
one.
I didn't mean to spring that on you.
No,
it was
it's
only because
okay.
somebody.
Yes, I have a lot of video games that I very much want to play, and kind of have been playing. So.
I also want to hypothetically say, this is really nice and we should do it more.
Yeah. Oh shit. Fuck. We can't do it if y'all shoot each other.
What?
More
You
like,
know those like lounges that people who do podcasts have, where they
Yeah.
have the chairs with the mics
Yeah.
Yeah.
and shit. I wish I could have a room like that.
We could do the living room up. I mean, we've got a good setup now. We could do it up.
I really
fancy.
want to
You
move.
have to get so many extension cords.
Yeah. Well, I want to move my desk, one of the desks, kind of back into the corner and have it be a like setup we can all use if we need to have a 3-way person stream.
Nice. Good. Yeah, loving it.
I knew that was gonna happen.
And
We-
yet, here we are.
put your fingers away. Put them away. But,
You're on a streak.
but I would really love for all of us to stream, and especially if we can,
Oh.
we can even do it in separate rooms, but like stream together, because it's a privilege.
That's true. But also, like, part of it is the fact that I can like do this.
Yeah. It's very nice.
I can just like move my arm
Get
in there.
slapped.
Alex tests me.
I've
On
been
a daily
I've been so
basis.
much better about it,
You've
though.
been much better about it. I used to get attacked every day. It's like having a second cat. I come around the corner and
yeah.
he's there, waiting for me.
Just, I was very worried about him.
You know what? I didn't say it on the plane because I did not want to add to it.
Yeah.
But I was also having those thoughts.
Yeah.
I was like, what if he's dead
Yeah.
when we get home? What?
Every time I travel, I have these irrational fears that my animal has died.
It's scary to leave them alone.
It's
so
very
long.
scary.
You do really well.
He
though.
seemed to do fine, and then for actually traveling for Christmas, I'm going to have someone come in and check up on him because we have a friend who's going to be here, which we discovered at PAX, which is very exciting. Yes, one of our friends that we played Magic with, one who's local to LA.
Oh, yes. Okay. Amazing.
So we're gonna have someone come in and check him and give him some pets.
Yes, it's nice to have friends who like cats.
Because that will assuage my anxiety. You know, like, if I can, like, get a text from someone every couple of days and be like, your cat's alive, then I'll be happy, you know?
You gotta do Christmas.
I was thinking about Christmas ideas.
Yeah?
Because you're heading out
I am heading out
sooner, and I think we should do kind of like an early before Christmas, like Hanukkah thing, and then maybe a, like, post-New Year.
When does Hanukkah start / has it already started?
I'm a terrible Jew. But it's soon. Well, it's not the same time every year, so it can overlap with Christmas. Oh, yeah. It's like some kind of week or month thing. It's not like a day.
Okay.
Right, because I don't think it follows the traditional calendar. Right?
It probably,
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. I would love to learn about the origins of
It occurs between late November and December. It's always on the 25th day of Kislev in the Hebrew calendar.
Okay.
So, 2022, it begins on December 18th.
Oh, so it's literally the day.
Oh my god!
That's really
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can do it. It begins at sundown on Sunday, December 18th.
Okay.
Yeah, I just started to get a headache. I don't know what's
No.
happening.
Right? Is it?
I might be delayed. I mean, I got some blasters.
Yeah,
here.
I'll just take we'll take a show Advil after this, you know.
Yeah. You've been going for an hour.
Yeah, we'll see when we did when I used to do theater, you always used to take Advil before you had a show because the stage lights would give you migraines. So
That's
something
horrific.
that- you know, you love the craft.
I do it for the
You
love
do
of the
anything
game.
for
Well,
the
because we're all here,
crafts.
I'm gonna refill our waters because I'm thirsty.
Oh.
Thirsty?
Would you like
My
to-
brain is running out of topics. How are you
Are we-
doing? I'm not. I don't want to end,
I'm
but if,
still shooting the shit.
great.
I'm
If
vibing.
people are good, as long as I don't have to come up with.
Oh no.
Mhm.
When was the last time y'all played the game? I feel like it's been since high school
Yeah.
since I played the. Do you remember the
You
game?
know, like,
we
Oh
played?
yes. Oh, I've seen a bunch of
I
stuff.
haven't seen that
Like
shit in
that.
so long. Wow, I'm
Yeah.
being transported. You know, it doesn't even make me mad. It just makes me.
I decided that I won a few years ago, and I don't know what happened in my brain, but it's just like forever. Like anytime I see it, I'm like, that's a shame for anyone who's playing. Too bad I won.
I
No one
won.
can tell me I don't, because like, what are the rules? Who knows?
I think the rules are that you don't think of it.
Yeah, I know, but like, there's no win scenario.
Yes.
So if I create one, then it exists. You know?
I feel like you could make a movie about that. That kind of sounds like it could be something akin to Tron.
It feels like a really shitty like horror C movie that it's like you just lost the game.
It's like Ready Player One, but the game.
Yeah, exactly.
I
I just watched with Alex the original Tron, like the one from the fucking 80s or some shit. It's camp.
Really?
Yeah, it's camp. It's good. Like, it's not good, but it's like, you ever see a movie that you're like, oh, this is the start of something? It's like the start of CGI, essentially. And so it's really cool to see, like, the way that they were like, we don't really know how to do this, but we're trying.
We're
our
giving it a
best."
shot.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay,
Yeah,
maybe I'll have to take a look,
yeah,
or at least look at screenshots of something. If you haven't watched 1899 on Netflix, I suggest it. It's really good. Fuck boy
I
posing.
don't know.
It's very, very good.
Very good.
It's mind bending, and I want to watch it very badly.
I said no tonight.
What's that sound?
Oh, I was just taking
Oh,
my feet.
it sounded like Chester, because like when Chester takes
Oh, and
a hot, steamy shit, he is followed by sounds of, you know, sand being pushed around a box, because he shits in a box
He shoots in a box
with
filled
sand in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought I was hearing him pushing around the shit sand.
Somehow he got the sand in here.
That's what I was feeling. The way that your chair just went over Iggy in the background made it look like he was moving, and I see. This is the trick with this little creature that we have back here. It's just human enough.
It's Uncanny Valley.
Okay, well,
I'm sleeping.
that was unintelligible.
I had a full day.
I had a full
I
day.
had a full day at work.
What did
Of
I
course
do?
he has a name.
He got a name. I hate that he has a name. I'm so disturbed by
You went
him.
to work today.
I did go to work today.
Yeah. I heard you starting to say, what did I do today? I'm like, time.
Yes. I watched the first episode on the plane. It's so good.
And you know what? The first episode, very cool. However, does not give you the full premise.
It doesn't even give you the full scope of
Yeah.
what's going on. As shit goes, like, I don't even know. Somebody asked me to describe the show to them, and I was like, I don't even think I can tell you what genre it is. Like, I can tell you what genres it's hit so far.
Yeah.
And my best guess. But that's
I
it.
feel like the I'm gonna try this surrealist semi-period horror.
What show?
But it's also
1899.
it also seems kind of, and this is a little spoilers, it seems kind of sci-fi.
Aw, thanks, DJ. Heart.
Oh,
It's just when me and Sloan gave advice on stream on how to cope with bad feelings regarding feeling left out with your friends. I'm glad that it helped.
I am also glad that it helped. That's sometimes you say things on the internet and people hear them.
Yeah, you hope they're good.
Yeah, and it means things.
Mm-hmm.
And that's nice. I need to get you to help me shave my head because I have progressed
Yeah.
into the grow
You're
out
looking
phase
fuzzy. Mhm.
where I'm very fuzzy and I need to take these down. But what I'm thinking is not just like an around all the sides,
Mm-hmm.
but like kind of a mullet situation.
Do you want a mohawk?
Yeah, but not like a thin one. Just like a
kind of thick.
yeah,
here, right?
fade it up the sides and then just like kind of clean up the neck and take it to like a point or something.
Mm.
Something like that.
I must say, I don't think I'm super proficient with fades, but I'll
Listen.
might level best.
I'll listen. This is prime. You just like stick it on the
Worst
side.
comes to worst, we shave it down at the
Exactly.
Mhm.
Stick it on the side and then you just go up and just let it kind of drift. You let it do a little Tokyo drift up the side.
Okay.
And that's it. Yeah. Hit the turbo.
Tokyo Drift in USA. Everyone listen to Off Book the musical podcast.
What the fuck? Do you listen to a musical podcast?
I used to. It's an improvised musical podcast.
Oh.
So they like bring on guests and then they have a topic and then they
Have I seen
do
TikToks
stories
of
about it.
this?
Yes, because they had those people who made the podcast on the Game Changers for Dimension 20.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah, they
Shout out to Sloan for the fade tutorial.
Allegra.
Hi,
Wait,
Allegra. Is that our?
is that our
Lego?
physical meat space friend Allegra?
Meat space leg.
Oh, I got it.
Meat space leg.
Oh
Oh my god, there's so much cat hair on this pillow.
Why
Dude,
not?
don't even
And
fucking
what?
look at the fucking cat hair right
Oh
there
my
because I was
God.
scratching.
Oh, that's
It's a lot.
shame.
It's a lot.
Can I get some of that action on your bed?
What do you mean?
I'm pointing at it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'll
Great
comment on that
idea.
actually. If that's cool.
We need a knife.
I'll get mine.
Nice.
Knife.
I brought you a
Um,
guy.
Oh.
This is the action. Jeremy. Also, can you go? Wait, is my denim jacket in here? Wait,
Yeah,
no.
I was looking for him.
In here. He's gotta be. He's in my chest. He's in my chest pocket.
You have to talk about it.
Okay, I'm bringing out a little guy. Alex gave me my first ever Hanukkah present. First ever.
First ever.
I gotta fucking. Oh. I gotta get him out.
Get him out.
Here he is. This is my first ever little guy.
We have lads.
We
Hello
have
there.
lads. Leg, thank you for following. Welcome to the Nasty Dens. You just stuck his tail in your ear.
Yeah, he belongs there.
He's squish. This is my little man. Shit. How do I hold on? Let me hold it in front of my face. There he is.
He's so sweet.
Oh god.
It wants to focus on me.
I know.
Hang on.
It's on face recognition.
Oh
Look at
my
that
gosh,
bitch.
Look at that man.
Look at that
Oh my-
man.
Wait,
that's
can I do
a-
that for Jeremy?
That's a beautiful
Yeah,
shot.
absolutely. Get in there.
Jeremy.
Just hold him right up against the camera.
Get focused.
Oh.
Oh my god. Stop that. Look at him. Thank you.
this is Jeffrey. That's Jeremy.
Only J names. in
Are
this
they
house.
lovers or brothers?
They're enemies.
Yeah, they're enemies.
That's a good
They're
one.
enemies.
They're enemies.
Okay.
A knife. Okay, how much would you like? They're 10 each.
I'll take it in half.
In half.
I'd be right.
These guys are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're little. They taste like little starbursts. There is a half that is actually already prepared.
I'll do a half.
Oh
You
shit.
would like it.
I'm gonna do
What do
this
you
and then
usually
take the
do?
best shower of my life.
You do a half or a quarter usually.
Me?
Yeah.
It depends. I'll usually do a half.
Let's do it.
If I want to get fucking bananas, I'll do 10. But that's bananas. It's
While
a
you're
lot.
doing that, I also have some cute things to share. I'm not sure if it'll show, but I'm gonna try and
On that
pull it
camera?
out.
Probably.
Yeah, you just gotta get it right up in there. Oh, Chester! He's in here.
Oh, he wanted it on the phone.
He wants to have some weed.
He wants some weed.
Okay.
I will say that was a weird thing about coming back to the East Coast. Is like, I was like, oh, that's not legal. Interesting. I
Wow.
forgot.
I love these candies.
Now we're all just chewing.
I'm done.
Mm.
Talk.
I gotta savor it.
Mm-hmm.
It's got good flavor.
I did pass
Delicious.
every time I 3 out of the 4 times I went to the con, I did pass a medical dispensary, and I just have to say, not even in a I love taking substances kind of way, but
That one.
I use it as a sleep aid. I use it for pain management, and I am it sucks so much.
There
that,
are a lot of-
is because it's really hard to get a medical license
Yeah.
for it, and I wouldn't have ever gone through that process. I have fucking ADHD, but now I'm oh, my joints don't have to hurt.
There are a lot of people who self-medicate with it, and it can be life changing.
A joint for your joints.
It's so good.
Anyway.
It is very strange having a resource available to you and then going somewhere else and having it
Take it.
totally
Yeah.
on.
Mhm.
This is a gift that Sarah got me for Christmas, which is very exciting because my old one was broken, and we have this lovely photo with all of us in it, which is so cute. Do you want to hold that up to the camera?
Yes. Here we go. See if this works. Get in front of our faces. Come on. You can
Trying
do
to
it.
get in there so
Yeah.
that it doesn't see my face. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
look how cute that is.
That is really such a cute photo, which is awesome. Got to meet Johnny,
Mm-hmm.
which was
Lovely person.
very lovely, and see the friends that we already see in LA, in Philly.
Yeah,
which is very
and we
sweet.
got some new people too.
Yes.
Of course. Do I have other ones?
Here's almost all of my lupus symptoms. Wild!
This one is my favorite because it is. I have to tell you all a secret. I don't know if you guys know Jeff the Killer from Creepypasta, but it turns out that we've been living with the secret identity of Jeff the Killer. And hold that up, hold it up, hold it up. Look at this photo. It's my favorite. I love it. Look at Sarah. Jeff the Killer.
I can't believe I'm being.
It's so funny. We all okay.
This is libel, and I will be.
I love it. I love it very much.
Just totally blasted.
Yeah.
Ass blasted by that flash.
Ass blasted by the Flash.
The new Marvel comic coming out.
I was
Wow.
about to say DC, so I'm glad that you corrected me before I could make a mistake.
I'm not
That
sure
makes
which one it is. So
Wait, no. Flash is DC,
Flash
isn't
might
it?
be DC.
Flash is
'Cause
DC.
wasn't it in that
'Cause it
terrible,
wasn't the
terrible,
CW.
terrible, terrible movie that came out?
There's
Yeah.
so many.
With the
Never
the
seen a
director's
DC
cut
movie.
was like a million years long.
Oh, the
With
Zack
Cyborg
Snyder.
and-
Yeah.
cut?
Yeah.
I've not seen any of
Was it like
I've seen it.
League? Or
You know what I have seen? The Batman. That movie's really
With
good.
Robert
crying
With
about
Robert Pattinson. I
It's
literally,
good.
Sarah, you weren't there for this. I cried to Aaron about that movie while we were at the bar. At the Marriott bar, I started crying in front of Aaron and Matt talking about the Batman.
It's listen, the first 10 minutes are very pokey, and you're like, what am I getting into? But I was very much I'm just buying in and enjoying this ride. I've watched all the Batman movies that have ever come out, so I'm not gonna miss this one. And then Sloan and I were both crying at the end.
It's
Like,
so
stop it!
good. It's so fucking good.
I just, as also, again, not just like a fan of the movies, but a fan of the comics and the video games and all of it, like seeing someone actually get it right about like A, Batman being a detective, and B, Batman having to make the decision of the fact that like his existence propagates crime. What does he do about that? So good.
Damn.
Yeah, it's so good. Like, when you realize that you are upholding the systems that you tried to fight, what do you do? So sexy.
I don't know a lot about Batman, but I do know the Telltale Batman game.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
The first Telltale Batman game was good. The second
Is
one.
there a
How sober was I at the bar? I was not. At all.
Those drinks were strong.
Those drinks were strong, actually.
Which is good because they were expensive.
Because they were California prices
Jesus Christ.
in Philadelphia.
Even more the ones at the
The
Marriott.
ones at the Marriott? Yeah, it's
They were like-
$20 for a drink. It was a mess.
Wild. That's why I was drinking a double IPA. Bang for your buck.
I brought a blood orange cider all the way from New York City with me to Philly, and then stuck it in the pocket of my coat so I could have
Brilliant.
like a cheap
Brilliant.
drink with me
I should have just brought just a container of hand sanitizer.
and
Mix
filled it
that
with
in.
yeah.
It was so long. I want to watch it.
I watch it with you.
I think it's almost 4 hours.
Oh my god, really?
No, it's almost 3 hours long. Almost 3 hours, yeah.
The chemistry between Batman and Catwoman, Jesus Christ. It was so good.
There's say that Robert Pattinson's Batman, there was clearly some like neurodivergency going up in there.
Yes.
So also seeing like sexual chemistry between someone who's like kind of like POTUS, you know, and it was really good.
It was super fucking cool. And there was a dearth of fanfiction.
Have you read
Just
some?
I found one.
Yeah.
I found a single one, and it was like fine. But I can appreciate that fanfiction is kind of for the gays. Like,
Yes.
there's so little straight fanfiction.
Yeah, yeah. So
Tr-
like,
like-
nobody's really going in to write a Batman and Catwoman, even if they do have insane sexual.
There's some. I've read some pretty great.
About this
Okay, fair.
this one specifically.
Yeah.
You
Who
read
would? Who would?
Yeah.
but with which pairing?
I'm trying.
If you're willing to share.
If you
I have to think. I think I've actually read some really good Sherlock Irene Adler.
Yeah, that makes
Oh,
sense.
That makes sense. Those people are feminists.
Yeah.
And also, they're like, Irene Adler is like pretty canon bisexual.
Yeah.
You know, so like that's.
Yeah.
It's like those kind of.
She also definitely pegs.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, like
Like
that was the
canonically
point.
pegged.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
read some really good like cis woman pegging cis man fic, but I've also read some great like trans heterosexual.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. In the Batman movie, what would the gay pairing be? Because I'm thinking and I can't really think through it. Like a non-cursed one, because it's not going to be with the Riddler.
I was gonna. Well,
Isn't
I
he
mean,
usually
with
Batman and Joker? I'm not sure if he's in that movie.
Joker is not in the movie. Joker's not in the movie.
Yeah.
Um,
Gordon, I think.
probably Gordon.
Probably
Gordon's
Gordon.
older.
Yeah, but like there's no healthy pairing for.
No, not in that. I mean, they really did make a truly grim, dark Batman movie, and that yeah, there's
But it
Love
wasn't like
Dark.
it wasn't terrible to watch.
no.
It was grimdark without being like
hope-
this sucks. Yes,
With hope.
yes. There's a line at the end. I made it.
Son was like telling me.
I was talking about how much I loved it to Aaron and Matt, and then the next day we met each other at the airport,
I did
and they
overhear
both
that
came up to me and they were
conversation.
like, "Sloan, you tweeted the Batman was right at like 3 a.m. 2 hours
Still thinking
after
about
we
it.
had parted for the night to go to bed. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, that's right.
Like, I'm thinking about him.
Have you seen it?
Have you seen it?
One of my favorite things to do is to turn to.
Oh, like said Gordon Alfred.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah.
One of my favorite things to do is to turn to Sarah and go like, I can predict what Sloan is going to tweet about this.
And can you?
Yes.
You do have a fairly reliable, intense thought to tweet pipeline.
Yeah.
Like there's you talk about things sometimes where it's like, oh, this is gonna
That's gonna be a tweet later. Especially the late night tweets.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
It's lovely.
It's not shameful.
Okay.
No, like, actually, okay, you tweeted about the TTRPG Magic the Gathering thing. I wanted to let you guys know, I have done that so many times with so many different people. I'll, like, introduce them to Magic, and they'll be like, oh my god, this would be my TTRPG character.
I just never thought of it.
And, like, I sat down with the first D&D campaign that I ever was a part of, and my GM made Magic the Gathering card versions of all of our characters. And then, fun story, but some of those kind of card designs or card concepts actually are sort of in the game now because they worked as an art director briefly for Magic the Gathering. So there are like magic cards that are based on characters that were in my campaign or like moments
cool.
in the story.
I
So
just think that
literally.
Barney and Restrada would be so tight
Yeah.
as cards.
They'd be a good, you know, how there's like a twin commander.
Oh my god,
Version.
Partners.
Yeah,
Oh my
like
God.
a partner deck.
Okay, wait. I have
That'd be
to.
so cute.
Sarah told me not to, but I did come up with a Matthias design, and I.
Send it to me.
Okay, I will. But I don't
I
know.
want to
if
hear
it's
about
good.
it.
Because kind of the fun of doing this, like figuring out the design. So I have, it's Matthias, Ossuary Paragon, legendary creature, human paladin, 1 white. First strike vigilance. When he attacks, another target creature gains first strike until end of turn. And then the idea was going to be, whenever he like deals damage, he gives something to another creature. So it's like he
I love that.
He was like when he deals damage, he gives another creature protection from damage until the end of your turn. or
Very
something.
him.
So-
Very.
That's sexy.
What is? I have a question for you. What is the point of having it be 1 white? Like, what inspired that?
It is more expensive technically to have a card cost 1 color versus 2 color because it means you have to have 2 white sources.
Yes, that
to
has
play.
shafted me in the past.
Exactly. So Magic has a really like intricate and complicated balance system when it comes to how much a card costs versus its power and stats. So you can, I like love the mechanic design of this, but you can balance a really powerful ability on a creature by giving it very low stats. So you might have like a 5 or 6 mana card that's like a 1/2 or something, but it has like whenever a creature dies, you draw a card, or you know, and it's just like, oh, you draw a ton of cards. So there's a really interesting balance to, you can make cards that are very powerful if they're multicolored, or like if they're 3 colors or whatever, because it's so hard to get those 3 colors on the battlefield to cast it, but if you do, it's an amazing card.
Hell yeah. Did anybody else's brain just get warm and fuzzy?
It's hitting.
Yeah.
Weed is definitely hitting, and
Okay.
I will say I'm going to warn everyone that my stims get a lot more unregulated. Than I am. So there's just going to be a lot of like,
That's okay.
this, you know.
DJ, I also said Restrada was Azorius.
What's Azorius?
Azorius is white blue. But okay, that was my original thought.
Okay,
was
wait.
Restrada
It
was
makes
Azorius.
sense. It makes sense for past Restrada, not for the Restrada that's coming back to off the rails.
No. What?
Which is not.
Black-white makes sense for past Restrada. But, so, here's the interesting thing, is that black-white as a combination is associated with sort of like toxic government sometimes, like controlling things and certain kinds of warriors. So it would be in the army.
See,
Black-white.
Black-white as toxic government makes sense for past Restrada in Strange Hungers, but Restrada was never on the side of a toxic government in Off the Rails universe.
It's more like
It might be because
the army
he was
thing.
in like the army. Maybe it's more just like a
But
structure.
no. The reason that
actually,
I understand like the association, but like
Should
the
be white bread.
flavor of it is like spoilers for Off the Rails. Restrada's coming back with some necromancy. It's the vibes of like the white has the angels and the deliverers and a lot of that flavor, and then the black has like the necromancy and the returning things from graveyards, and that's literally exactly what Estrada's gonna be doing when she comes back.
What's so
Tell me
interesting
about
about
the identities of each of the colors. I want to hear them.
I
You
wa-
have, okay, 1 to 2 sentences for
okay.
each one.
First, an overview. Magic has 5 standard colors: red, white, black, blue, and green. Each of those colors has a main theme and thing that's associated with it, but they change when they're paired with another color. So white might be the color of like lifelink, angels, kind of prosperity, etc. Black, necromancy, right? But when you combine 2 colors, it can actually change both of them and how you interpret it. So the best way to think about it is the Guilds of Ravnica, because those are what give names to the colors. So, for example, blue and white is Azorius. In Ravnica, Azorius is very control. It's kind of the lawmakers. So Azorius is often associated with blue cards like counter spells, and white cards which are stacks, so things that cause effects that prevent people from doing things. Together, those cards are very controlling. Green and red is one of my favorite combinations. It's not Selesnya, it's Gruul. Yes, Gruul. Gruul is like barbarian central. It's crazy, frenzied, rage, it's like overgrowth, etc. Doing a bunch of damage, big crazy creatures, and Gruul are like reckless party barbarians.
Got it.
Another favorite combination of mine is green and black, which is... I'm gonna forget that for a second. But there's this really sexy Medusa kind of character, Gorgon kind of character. Black and green is all graveyard stuff. It's all that like crazy revival from the graveyard, but it's like mushrooms and tendrils and weird messed up zombies. Very, very fun. Let's see, we've got Golgari.
I just saw it in the chat.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Golgari. Red and white is kind of an interesting combination because they kind of tamp each other down a little. White is less emotional and red is the color of emotion. So red and white is actually kind of a color of armies. So you'll have like soldiers, etc. because white knights are usually like paladins, knights, and red are usually like fighters, warriors. So together they come down in a kind of
I do love red. It's just like Jaya and like just the fire elemental is very
is very fun.
it's very
Oh,
That's
red and white.
If you give me combinations, Boros. Yeah, Brothos would totally be Boros.
Boros.
Yeah. Give me another combination.
Green blue.
Green blue is very fun. Green blue is Simic, which is actually in D&D as a like character type you can play. But Simic is weird amalgamations. So Simic takes some of the kind of like flyers from blue and the creativity from blue and the academic side, combines it with the growth of green, and it'll give you like, you know, creatures that are like part crab and part, I don't know, ostrich. Yeah. Always.
We are become
Simic is also a very popular color because it's one of the best at drawing cards and ramping. So a lot of lands, but a lot of card draw, so you just get to like play everything.
Red-black.
Red-black is Rakdos. Rakdos is Chaos Carnival. It's a lot of the sacrifice of black and the like, I'll do something that hurts me in order to gain a benefit, plus the direct damage of red, so you'll get creatures that will enter the battlefield and just like do damage to people's faces. It's also specifically the color of sacrifice. So sacrificing creatures to do crazy damage to people or to gain a special ability.
I have art inspired by the Rakdos deck, and it's very pretty. I didn't know it at the time because I didn't know anything about Magic, but one of my DMs brought in a creature from a card, and I was like, fuck yeah, dude, and I got art made of it with my character.
Yona would definitely be Izzet.
Yes.
Izzet is the color of intelligence and creativity.
What is this?
Sorry, Izzet is blue and red. So there's a lot of wizards. There's a lot of casting instants and sorceries is very blue and red. It also will allow you to do something called storming. Storming is basically an ability in Magic that says do something a certain number of times for how many spells you cast this turn. And red and blue both copy stuff. So it'll be like, copy this spell that copies this spell that casts like 5 different versions of this spell, and then do the amount of damage, like 15 damage for whatever. Anyway,
What is Selesnya?
green and white.
Green and white.
Green and white Selesnya is growth, but kind of tempered growth. So it's very, it's elven in a lot of different ways. If you picture sort of like houses that are trees and things like growing together, nature, but it does have some kind of elements of control usually. So not control as in like manipulating, but control as in structured societies.
Interesting.
So like an enemy in Selesnya would be a very oppressive government that claims to be all natural, kind of like Wolverine stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah. They like enemies versus heroes of the different color combinations are very interesting to think about.
Huh.
I think that's most of them.
Magic.
Did we miss anyone?
I don't know. But I'm thrilled that you can just rattle that off while I can feel myself getting higher
I know.
second.
Yeah.
I was looking at myself in the camera like, oh god.
Here it comes.
Here it comes.
had it rattled to me and talked to me about for a long time, and I didn't realize how much of it I was absorbing until later, but I really use it as a design inspiration for a lot of stuff I do, because I think associating emotions or themes with a color and then being like, how would you combine this, is a really good idea.
We can do a top-down Magic the Gathering stream if we ask Nox if we can use the figurines room. Because we're gonna turn your hat around
Also,
like fucking Ash Ketchum.
Hello, Dylan.
Sam, why are you awake? Go to sleep. The half asleep brain. This feels like fantasy Power Rangers with all the colors. Oh, Alex, do Strungers.
I specifically was told not to. I started designing a Strunger set, but I'll just say what I would potentially assign the characters, because I did already think about it, assigning them based on, because we have 5 characters, so obviously it would have to be 5 colors. And like,
unless you
No.
wanted to make like a fully playable deck, you know, just hypothetically.
more like, because your characters aren't on 5 diametrically opposed factions.
Right.
And designing a set, you will kind of like associate a theme with each color for the set.
There's no one right way to do it.
There's no one right way to do it.
But I'm
Right.
interested to see who you would.
What my base kind of theming assumption was that Matthias would obviously be white as a paladin, and then Awaish would obviously be blue as a wizard, because they're like
Wizard.
blue and wizards is like this always. Kiara would obviously be red because she's just fire themed and does direct face damage, and so that kind of leaves Barden and Tazriel to split between green and black. Tazriel's gonna be black. Tazriel would usually be blue because psionic stuff is kind of blue, but he's a thief, he's a rogue, he's kind of all that stuff, he's Soul Knife, so be more black themed, which leaves Barden to be green, which makes sense with some of the reveal stuff that's happened with Novel, because Novel as a changeling. Shapeshifters are also. So, but I would do 2 or 3 color pairings.
What is the color identity of our group?
Of your group, Fulcrum?
Yeah. The Fulcrum
Fulcrum
expedition.
isn't.
Which is
Blue and red.
I like that.
red, baby.
Because they are rebellious against the kind of natural thing. They are mostly a wizard and Raj group, so they'd be kind of blue and red. And
Wizards and Raj group, and then there's me.
they also, blue-red also likes artifacts a lot.
Hell yeah.
And you love artifacts.
I love touching them.
Yeah.
I love touching them and getting my ass blasted immediately.
I feel like I have been talking magic
What?
for 30 minutes.
I love that moment in the Strongers campaign when a witch like took a look at the shit on your arm and then came back and was like, "Do you have trouble sleeping, bud? There's magic on your arm that says you should have trouble sleeping." Which is great. I thought that was sexy.
What does that mean? Do I know yet? He doesn't have that much trouble sleeping, right?
Should I just say it? I don't. Let me find exactly what it is.
You don't have to. You
I
don't have to
think
say
it
it.
is
I'm just intrigued.
My theming of it was vaguely related to like do not sleep, but sleep and death are interchangeable because death and bone. Or actually, no. Something I don't remember exactly, but it was something related to a hint about Matthias being like mostly immortal.
It's hot.
The question is now, like, he probably can't die. Super cool. Does he still age the same? Like, is he just gonna be bones?
Well, he's been aging since he took his oath. He's still aged.
He's still aging, so he's just gonna be. Oh boy.
But you're not sure
Oh,
how
boy.
fast. Like, I don't know if Matthias would keep track of how much he
Oh, interesting.
looks like he aged. But because people, I mean, a bunch of people age on different scales, even just regular humans.
I.
Matthias was an old 21.
Yeah, 21. He's 31.
I know, but when he was 20,
Oh.
he was an old 21.
Oh, he looked 21 and more.
Yeah.
Barney does not yet know that he is going to live for like 1,500 years. And I'm very excited about that reveal. Whenever it happens.
See,
in
this
Off
is
the
one of those
Rails.
things where I'm like, if you could tweet about this, I feel like you tweeted about it. And if you hadn't,
Probably.
you probably.
Probably.
To die. sleep. That is to say, the end to end, the heartache, and 1,000 natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die. To sleep. Perchance to dream. I there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come. I forget the rest.
I think you should do an entire stream that's just Shakespeare.
Oh my
Have you?
god.
No, of course not. I can't do that unless I'm high.
You literally pull that out of your ass and you're
You know what I do when I start reading Richard Steichen poetry?
Mm-hmm.
At any time someone's like, we're doing literature now? I'm like, let me read you this
When
poetry.
I'm high, I watch Special Victims Unit.
You do that all the time anyway.
Yeah, you're right.
Legs, wish you were here.
Come here and do a high stream with us.
Yeah.
High stream.
Where we, Son and I were just talking about how we want to play Magic with you.
I could put chairs in the background of this room, or I could point the camera at the bed,
Oh shit!
and then
Yeah.
we all sit on the bed.
Fucking
Bed stream.
cozy stream.
Also, a good
Cozy
reason
stream.
for me to make my bed up.
Hey,
Yeah.
It has been unmade for more than a month.
that's made-ish.
It looks nice.
It looks good.
It's made now.
Yeah.
It's made.
Sarah's like, it's
No.
fine. And it's made.
It's
It's pretty much made. It's just got a little
It's got a little tussle.
sexy little tussle.
COVID reveal.
Tussle.
High shoes.
COVID
Oh
reveal.
no.
No.
Heart.
So
heart,
sad.
Heart.
Oh, I have a little Lego that Andre got for me.
You haven't built
at
mine
PAX.
yet.
So Exit, happy anniversary!
I ain't gonna never
I
stop
have no
loving you.
idea how this. Oh, not that. This little thing is supposed to work. Like I don't know how it's supposed to, but I did the best that I could. But I'm very happy with her. I'm putting her on top of my computer. Bonk.
I kind of want to go get some stuff that I got at PAX and show them.
Do you want to get PAX stuff? You can get it.
I'm gonna go get it.
I want to play the game that I got at PAX.
Which game?
It'll take us 5 minutes.
What is it?
It's called Shira.
Oh yeah.
On screen?
Yeah.
Get it.
It's really easy. We'll be right back.
Here. I feel like I should go to a break screen.
No.
Oh, okay. I'll stay here.
Let Jeremy take over the show. Jeremy's hosting.
So, Jeremy, tell me about your life. Trying to balance them. I can't tell which direction my head is tilting. But even is making a bed beyond resetting your duvet. That's why they call it Bed Bath and Beyond. So you gotta reset your duvet. Do you like the makeup I did for this stream? I put a lot of effort into it. Big, beautiful, beady eyes. Making it happen. My neck is starting to cramp. Oh god, I'm gonna crochet a little. Oh, there it is! Jame.
It's nothing fancy. It's not trying to reinvent the wheel here.
Yeah.
But it is fun. And isn't that the point?
I like a simple, fun game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to use my brain too much. It
No.
hurts.
This is not a game where you have
That's a lot of cards.
Yes, but they're all just like prompts.
Yes. 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 Cards. Cards.
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of want to learn how to play Pokemon. The card game. I do, because I started playing Magic and I'm like, I like this. Maybe I can get behind other games. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Thing.
I can't open
Is this
it.
the dirty one?
That's the dirty one. That's C.
Who's... Jesus Christ.
Wow.
What?
Pokemon the card.
Joining a cult?
Joining a cult good. Not like in a real way, but in like a
cult.
I can't open this.
I know, it's hard.
Here we go. I have things. So I was happily info
Oh
dumping.
wait, no, these are the Nazis.
To Sarah. Wait, okay. So these are some games I got. That's by the creator who I got to meet. This is Ashweld. Ashweld is a really cool game that I got because the prompt was like a smoking frozen wasteland or something, which is how I describe stuff. It's this. Here we go. It's a battlefield between the very elements where lava and ice fight to claim the often barren and rocky terrain. So I'm going to use some of this stuff in Strange Hungers, and it's got some gorgeous art. Very neat, very cool.
art.
There we go. Beautiful. And some like weird kind of lava rocky creatures that I think will be very fun to use. I've got that.
Dylan, how are you into Pokemon but had to be convinced into Magic?
Yeah, that is surprising to me. Well, I guess because Magic is like huge. There's so many cards. There are like endless.
Pokemon is gigantic.
Is it?
It is,
Oh
but
my
the
God.
interactions are not as complicated.
I thought it was.
Because it's a kid's game.
I
you
thought that
know,
it was
but-
limited to just each Pokemon.
No, because they've got multiple generations.
But that's still each Pokemon. The size of
They probably have like
'Cause
potions.
they have like
and
Pokemon
shit.
Black and Pokemon White and Pokemon Red.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say because Magic is at
There are
least
also,
5
like-
times as many cards, if not 10 or 30 times. I believe.
I haven't played Pokemon the game since I was a kid, and it was a kid's game and it ruled. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Horrendously unbalanced card game. Aw. Well, even more reason to play it. The
True.
BTS seems to be into it,
Okay.
and I appreciate their opinion.
Wait.
My eyes are glassy as hell.
Guess how many different cards, unique cards there are in Magic, including alternate print.
25,000.
At least 9.
Give me a number.
I gave you a number.
25,000.
Yes.
At least 9.
What's the number?
50,000. Yeah.
Nerds put out content. What do
50,000
you say?
different
Nerds
cards.
put out.
That includes alternate art printings.
Oh, okay. So like not like unique mechanical cards.
There have been 49,998 total unique English language Magic cards, not including different language cards, but between 20,000 unique mechanically and 50,000 just
Mm-hmm.
unique printings.
Jesus Christ.
So, yeah, pretty cool. Anyway, I'll run through these faster. This is sort of a
Oh, okay.
dark apocalyptic setting. It's got this really cool map stuff in it. It's got kind of dungeons and things like that, but it's also got weird creatures, and it's kind of an
Sure.
OSR like adventure for any style.
No, I'm fine with it. I just didn't want to like.
Oh, you can bring dirty cards onto my stream. I'm not gainfully employed.
Oh wait.
I
I don't care about that.
Well, no, it's not your.
Matched up in weird creatures. As
this
the gods demand.
Is one of the things I'd heard about it before. This is one of the inspirations, major inspirations for my God World building.
Oh.
It's this beautiful set of, it's called As the Gods Demand. It's this beautiful set of interesting created gods, but it's got, let me show you this, Sloan. It's got initiations, rites, and miracles for each of the gods.
Oh, that's
And-
fucking sick.
We
I'm
didn't
gonna read that.
plan this, but here we go. I'm
You know what? I love a game that has dirty cards that aren't insensitive. Because as someone who has played in a studio where we would get sent samples of games that were like, this is a dirty game, and then it was like, oh, we're just being racist or sexist or homophobic. It's so refreshing to look at this card and just see some good old-fashioned dirty.
God. 13,589 Pokemon trading cards have been released in English.
Okay.
That's a decent amount.
It is a big amount. Not as much as Magic, but a big amount.
I love you too, Pooja. I love you.
I love you most.
I love you most, Pooja. I'm not gonna
I think
be
we
able
all
It's
to.
a competition.
I think we all know who that.
These cards are for a game that I'm about to force Alex and Sloan to
I'm
play.
very excited.
We're gonna play.
I want to
a
read through
game.
all of this.
We're not
It's-
going to play
it's
a full game. We're
amazing.
just going to take them through like a round or two.
Basically, there is an initiation ritual in here that's like very similar to the one that we created. for
Hell
Magic,
yeah.
Which is very personal to me.
I want to be able to write cool adventures, and yet my brain is so full of not ideas.
Cards.
And then this is a monster hunting hack that's kind of based on The Witcher for D&D.
Oh.
It's really cool. It's got a bunch of different freaky little monsters in here.
Freaky little guys.
It shows you, it kind of talks to you about being a hunter. So we've
Love
got like
that.
the griffin, right here, and then we've got these charts that are like why are they here. So an issue, an incident, an escalation in the situation to like create events that are happening for your players. So you'll pick like there's an issue, the dry and blistering summer, an incident, a nearby forest has been depleted.
This is great.
An escalation, wildfires break out, and the situation, it destroyed our forest, and the creature's a Cindermancer.
That's sick. Wait, where did you get that?
This
At
is
the
by,
Weird and Wild
yeah,
place?
it's Feral Indie Studios. So go check out Feral Indie Studios. Amazing
Dang.
stuff.
I have to read both of those because I need inspiration.
Yeah. Anyway,
Like hell.
the final thing I got that I wanted to show is the Adventurer's Tarot set, which is this beautiful kind of version of a tarot deck, but it has different art for all the character classes and monsters you might fight. So you can use it as initiative. You'll like draw one for the companion, draw one for the wizard, draw one for the warlock, and then you flip them over and deal them out each turn to determine how people go in initiative order.
Stunning.
Stunning.
Fuck.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh
I'm
my
done.
God. I love. That was great. Also, Selectin says they've got about 75 pages of RPG that haven't written and been working on for several months.
Good job reading.
I'm high. Don't look at me. Bardic Inspiration on Sloan. Thank you very much. I needed apparently to speak with words. How do you get over? You know what? Actually, the panel that I went to, that had Banana and Vidicia and Wally and all those lads, and Dylan. Dylan was on there too. They asked specifically, someone from the audience said like, hey, how do you get over, like, block, essentially? How do you keep going? How do you, like, maintain momentum? And Banana, the first thing out of Banana's mouth, like, immediately was consume other media.
Mm-hmm. That's a big one for me, yeah.
And I think it's, like, it's like consuming other media mindfully, but not consuming other media in a way where you're like, I have to do this so that I'll survive. It's like, I want to do this, or I have to do this, however you want to conceptualize that verb, because it's good for my brain, and it's going to, like, open my mind up, and I get to enjoy something else without worrying about creating my own things, and I know that that's going to help me in the future.
I went to a Griffin and Travis panel, which I've never been to any content with the McElroys. I've only ever listened to them in a digital space, and they were very funny. But there was also some very good advice in that one, which I verbalized very poorly when I was not high. Maybe I can do it better when I am high. Who knows? Where basically I've heard like a million people talk about burnout because I've been a content creator in the space for a few years now, so it's like a big hot topic. And I feel like I just like ritually ask it to just hear what everyone's responses are, and every time I'm like, yeah, alright, like, heard that one. It's useful, I guess. And I, as a youngest sibling, do relate to Griffin in some ways, although I feel like I don't have the baby brother energy that Griffin has, but other than that, I relate very much. And they asked him about burnout, well, both the brothers, and they had some like really, really fucking insightful words about it that I'd never heard anyone else say in the space. Which Griffin's advice wasn't so much like step back, stop doing things, or enjoy other media, which are both really good burnout advice things, but rather like be mindful of the type of the content you are trying to create. Because even if it's something that you are passionate about, if you are trying to create it in a vehicle that is difficult or too mentally challenging for you, it is still going to burn you out. And so talked about like being in Polygon and like working on those things, and also working on the Adventure Zone at the same time, the podcast, and finding those things both so fulfilling that he never felt burnt out. And then the minute they started to syndicate the Adventure Zone into a comic, and he was really working on that, he immediately started to get burned out. And like, very good product, he's very excited that they did it, but it was like a big revelation for him that like, yes, the Adventure Zone was a source and a point of like passion for him, but because the vehicle that he was doing it through was exhausting, he started to get burned out and had difficulty doing it. And like, I've never had that verbalized, but I've found that to be true in my life, that like the reason that I enjoy my current job is because I find interacting with a community more creatively fulfilling than constantly creating content. So, like, wild. Very cool shit.
Good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Y'all want to play a game?
I want you
I wanna
to
play a
show me
game.
how to play this game.
Okay, it's very, very simple. So,
Oh, wait, actually, I know
yes.
you're about to explain. Can we do a 5-minute break before we play the game? I need to use the bathroom. I want to hear the rules.
Go piss.
Okay. Thank you.
This guy.
It's got a dog on. It's tongue out.
I have to set this up better for talking. Once we do this game, I think that's gonna be it for me.
Yeah. That sounds good to me too. I really want to take a shower.
I gotta
I
watch.
wanted to all the shower. Thank you for coming to it.
The panel.
It was
It was a great panel. I was excited. I also asked a question at it, which was, how do you even come up with mechanics? Do you come up with the mechanics first and then the theme, or the theme and then the mechanics?
interesting.
And everybody had a different answer. They didn't really.
Yeah, because I think it's kind of like the world building question. You know, it's like everyone has a different way to find inspiration for that.
Yeah. I wish I could happen upon it accidentally. And like just build a really cool world just by due to the fact that I'm like consistently putting effort into something. Unfortunately, I can't consistently do anything.
It's hard. I have so many half-baked ideas that just haven't gotten their full treatment. I have a book I'm writing. Fuck that, man.
You do have a book.
I have that book, and I also have another book. I have a fantasy book and like a horror surreal book thing.
Interesting.
Trans narrative.
Oh.
That one has like 4 chapters. Book.
Book?
Listen, just saying that I have a book I'm writing has no bearing on whether a book ever makes it into the world.
You could always just like print it out at home and then just staple it and
Yeah.
just like sew it together and send it out in the post.
Yeah, that's a good plan. My dad told me that I should, like, if I'm ever trying to, like, write something with longevity, who is also someone who has ADHD, he actually got diagnosed after I got diagnosed, so that's neat. Was like, if you really want to do that, you need to, like, do chapter by chapter and post it online. And I was like, nah. But it's probably...
You said that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. My dad has always been, like, very supportive of creative endeavors, even though he's often had many opinions about them. I appreciate those opinions, because they're usually pretty good.
Wow. Okay. We have munchies.
You have to write Estrada's in-world books.
The porn books that they've written.
The porn books that Estrada's written.
Alright, tell us about this game. We're gonna do this game and then we're done.
I'm gonna be the dealer. We're just gonna play one round. It's gonna take like 2 minutes tops. I think it's gonna be
Hell yeah.
I draw the top cue card.
Mhm.
I read the letters at the top aloud. There's gonna be A plus B, C plus C, or some other combination. Then I deal those cards out to you. You draw 2 of each card below. So if you got A and B, you draw 2A and 2B. Okay? Once everyone has their cards, read the question aloud on the cue card.
Mhm.
Each player chooses one type of answer card to form their phrase. So that's as far as I'm going to explain it now, because that's as far as the guy explained it, and he did it for me. And I thought this was very excellent.
Okay. I'm ready.
C plus C. So we're going to draw 4 C cards.
Mm-hmm.
4 for you. 4 for you.
Oh
Oh
Jesus.
god. Oh my god.
my god, things are
Did you
falling.
get dirty cards?
Yeah. All dirty cards.
Oh no! You can
I know.
draw more because I don't think they got shuffled super well.
I'm
Do you
good.
want to trade out some? Or?
I'll print it out for you.
Oh damn. I'm gonna trade
Yeah.
2.
Here, take it from here, so that I think that's like.
Okay.
There. Okay, so you've got a good mix of dirty and non-dirty.
It's
Awesome.
Okay.
I'm gonna read the question.
Okay.
The question is, what skill is the hardest to learn? So you're going to choose 2 cards, combine them to create the answer. Now, since it's C plus C, you can do it in any order. That's not something you can always do. Wait.
repeat the prompt.
What skill is the hardest to learn, and hardest is bolded? What skill is the hardest to learn?
Okay.
All right, I have 2.
Okay, now, once everyone has their answers ready, the dealer calls an R card and reads the rule aloud. Now, this has the potential to change your answers.
Okay.
Okay, this is the bonus this time. For me, when I played, something that was fun was the bonus was it actually changed the question, and you had to justify your answer to the new question. It was very fun. Now, for you, each player may add the following phrase to the answer as if it were an extra answer card. Like it's 1999.
Who knows?
Now you have to convince me as to why your question is the best answer. Consider if you want to add like it's 1999.
I'm not gonna add like it's something.
Okay.
Should I go first?
I think someone's thinking.
I
Also draw a different little card.
I've got it.
Okay. Alright. What skill is the hardest?
My answer is donating sperm like it's 1999.
Now, why is that the hardest skill to learn?
Because we all know that in 1999, the method of donating sperm involves a lactation device of some kind, but for the dick.
It doesn't sound hard to master. They sell those at every sex
It
shop.
was very uncomfortable. It was very
It
cold.
was early technology.
Yeah. Early technology, super cold. The gel was cold. Everything was cold. They had a hard time keeping it up. And this is pretty hard.
Hard skill.
You know? It's
I
a
get
hard skill to learn.
Points for fun. Points for fun. I'm gonna argue for mine first instead of against yours because my brain can't.
Oh, no. It's not art. Yeah, you don't fight the other people.
You don't fight,
You
just-
just say, like, why yours. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mine is queefing while riding a unicorn.
Okay.
Good.
Could be a hard skill.
And I think the reason this is so is because the amount of
We have to read both of them.
Yes. What?
Oh, it's donating sperm while taking a dump like it's 1999.
That's discernibly harder.
you're never not a little when you shit.
You never pushed out a little.
What?
That was literally unintelligible.
What I said.
Heard it. Oh, I heard. Where's the fucking I shouldn't have to be
I
said.
should-
I'm so
said-
sorry.
Do you ever nut a little when you shit?
You didn't have to repeat it.
I thought you were saying, do you ever shit when you nut? And honestly, which is worse?
Then that's way more likely.
Which is worse? This is the question now. Which is worse? Nutting while you...
Answer
Nutting... Okay, well...
Hello there.
Ah!
Hello.
Alexis Star 58! Welcome to the Nasty Thems! Thank you so much for the follow!
Should we put
What a time to follow.
a
Thanks
speed
for
up.
hearing that and being like, I need to see what happens next.
Should we put a CW on your stream for like talking about stuff?
They know that. They know what's
Okay.
going
This is an over 18
on. Yeah.
audience.
I've never pretended to be anything else.
Good. Excellent.
Perhaps I would change my answer to taking a dump while donating sperm like it's 1999 because then I can keep my initial argument. It's very difficult. And then on top of that, you have to learn how to take a dump while you're doing it.
Yeah, it's
That's
hard.
fair. That's fair.
How?
Why is pooping while riding a unicorn the hardest skill to learn?
Well,
Wow.
Why is it hard?
First, you have to find a unicorn. And everyone knows, in order to find a unicorn,
You can't queef.
you're dead.
They're famously scared off.
No, it's very hard to go up to a unicorn. You have to not startle them.
Oh, I was gonna say. Never mind. Keep going. I don't want to
Anyway.
interrupt you.
There's a certain element, atmosphere to give off while you're riding a unicorn in the lore, etc. It's a very dignified task. If the unicorn has allowed you to ride it, it's usually for an emergency or a rare reason. So, weeping while riding the unicorn, not only such a rare event, but it's one that will likely cease you, cause you to not be allowed to ride a unicorn anymore. So learning how to do it is a one-time only lesson.
I'm so right.
I was
You're
gonna
so
say
right.
that
So good at
you know,
talking.
the legend of unicorns is that they can only, they only hang out with women. But what they fail to include is that they can only actually hang out with trans women specifically.
That's totally true. I mean, I wouldn't put it. Let's be real. Trans women can do anything. I'm sure they can queef.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah.
No, yeah. I think I can.
With
Hot take in Heartfleet chat.
What are we doing here?
Do another one.
How all occasions do inform against me.
Cannot.
Sarah,
I'm ending the
I
stream.
do revenge.
I'm ending the stream.
What is a man?
Have a good night, everybody.
It's the chief good and
Bye.